During the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride, a chemical is produced at each of the electrodes. A. Which element is produced at the positive electrode? Now, when sodium chloride dissolves in water to form an aqueous solution, we end up with 4 ions. The sodium chloride produces Na+ or sodium ions and Cl- or chloride ions. But from the water, we will also have hydrogen ions and hydroxide ions. So those are formed from the small number of water molecules that naturally split up into hydrogen and hydroxide ions. They'll naturally be present there in the water. Now, A, we're looking at the element that's produced at the positive electrode. So the negative ions, which would be the chloride and the hydroxide, will be the ones that will be attracted towards the positive electrode, but only one will be able to win the race. Now, to work out which one will be formed, will it be the chloride ions that win and therefore chlorine is produced, or the hydroxide ions that win, in which case oxygen will be produced? We need to look at the periodic table. If the substance is in group 7, if it's a halogen, then the halogen will win the case. And chloride is chlorine, and that is in group 7. So that will win the race. It will go to the positive electrode first. So we will produce chlorine at the positive electrode. B, which element is produced at the negative electrode? So the negative electrode is going to be the one that the positive ions go towards. So we can just rule out those negative ions straight away. Now, the rule for working out which one's going to win, because we've got a race between the Na+ or sodium ions and the H+ or hydrogen ions, well, we need to think about which is the least reactive. Sodium is a fairly reactive metal. It's a lot more reactive than hydrogen. So hydrogen is less reactive, and hydrogen is going to win the race. So we're going to end up with the element produced at the negative electrode as hydrogen.